Hello students, welcome back once again to my maths class. In this video lesson, we are going to do the continuation of the exercise 8.4 of similar triangles. Now, we were doing the similar triangles past 7 classes. Now, this is the 8th part. Those who have not watched my previous videos in similar triangles, do watch them and proceed to this video. And those who have not watched the immediate video, that is the first part of exercise 8.4, wherein we have solved few problems. That video, if you have not watched, just the previous video, just click on the I button. So that now today we will be continuing the same exercise, the remaining problems. Now I'll read out for you the problem 7. Now I've drawn the diagram also here. Now we have done 1, 2, 3 and 6. Okay, I've given for you to practice 4th and 5th. Now 7th problem. O is any point in the interior of a triangle ABC, such that OD is perpendicular to BC, OE is parallel to AC, not parallel, perpendicular, and OF is perpendicular to AB. We have to show that two parts is given. These two parts we have to show that I have written here, because we have to prove these two parts. Now the diagram is also given and also told that OD is perpendicular to AB, OE is perpendicular to AC and OF is perpendicular to BC. That's all is given in the question. Okay, now we'll start. Now we were doing this exercise 8.4 based on the Pythagoras theorem. So we have done 4 problems. Now this is the next problem. Now here let me join this AO, OC here and OB here. Okay, so that I can clearly see here AOD. AOD is a triangle which is a right angle triangle. Since we are saying that OD is perpendicular, so this forms a right angle triangle. AOD is a right angle triangle. And now, and given that OE is also here, this OE is perpendicular, isn't it? So this triangle OEC forms a right angle triangle, and this triangle also forms right angle. All these forms right angle triangles, right? Because they are the perpendiculars. OD, OE and OF are the perpendiculars. Now based on that, let's start the proof. Here if you see triangle, now AOD I'll consider A, O and D, right? Triangle AOD. In this, now the hypotenuse is the side opposite to the right angle. Applying the Pythagoras theorem, okay, here the hypotenuse square, that is AO square, is equal to AD square plus AD square plus DE square. Okay, if I consider this one, this part, AO square is equal to AD square plus OD square, right? Now likewise we can also see here, now given in the diagram, this is F. Okay, this is F, sorry, I've written wrong. This is F given in the textbook here, and this is E, that is E, but this is D. So if this is F, so AOF, I have to take AOF. AOF is a triangle and AO square, the hypotenuse, AD square. Okay, so this is AF square plus, see here, AF square plus OF square. OF square, that is, see here, just this is this I have taken D, but this is F, this is D, E and F. Okay, now AOF triangle, AO square, hypotenuse square is called AF square plus OF square. Now here, now look at the first part of the thing which we have to prove, required to prove. See, the right side part is AF square, so that I'll take here. Here, if AF square is to that side only, okay, I'll bring this to this side, that is AO square minus OF square. Okay, if I bring it this side, it becomes minus. Let this be equation 1. Right. Likewise, I'll take another triangle, that is OEC, this triangle. First I have considered this as one. I'll take this triangle, then I'll take this triangle. Okay. Now, in triangle OEC, okay, I'm applying the Pythagoras theorem. The opposite to the right angle is OC square. OC square, okay, is equal to OE square plus EC square. CE or EC, one and the same. So here AF and here CE is there. Okay, let's write CE only, CE square. Now I'll keep CE here and I'll bring this to this side. It becomes subtraction. CE square is equal to OC square minus OE square. Right, this comes to equation 2. Now let's take this one, this triangle. Triangle BOD. Okay, BOD. Now here, opposite to right angle, this is the hypotenuse, that is BO square is equal to BD square plus OD square. Okay, BD as it is, so BD square if I want, BO square minus OD square. So this comes to equation 3. Now all the equations I'll be adding. Okay, here if you see here, this side OA and OD, here AO, OF, everything are there. If you just add both the equations, you will be getting the first part. So we will be adding the equations. Adding, not both, all. Adding 1, 2 and 3, third equations. Now adding LHS part LHS and RHS part RHS. These 3 equations I'm adding. See here. Now this, if you add this, I'll do first the RHS. AO square minus OF square plus the second one is OC square minus OE square plus the third one is OB square minus OD square is equal to LHS part I've this RHS part I've added, LHS part I'll add here, AF square plus CE square BD square, CE square plus BD square. Now this part is what we have to know. Now here the same thing, just rearrange this minus and plus, just rearrange here all the plus at one side. You take here, if you take this is OA square, now plus OC square plus OB square minus OF square minus OE square minus OD square is equal to AF square plus CE square plus BD square. This is looking very big, but it is very simple. What we did, in all the 3 we have applied the Pythagoras theorem. Since Pythagoras theorem, so throughout the exercise we are applying the Pythagoras theorem only. Okay, so hence proved. The first part of the our equation we proved it. Okay, hence proved. Now let us suppose this as, let this be equation 4. Okay, that we will be using in the next one also. Here, now the second part I will see here. For the second part, if you see clearly, this RHS, this LHS one and the same, but here AE, CD and BF are different. Okay, now here AE, here what is AE here? See here AE. AE, how do you get AE? AO minus OE square, AO square minus OE square, AO square minus OE square. If you see these two, you get it as AE square. Why? Because of the Pythagoras theorem. Now here, same. I'm using equation 1, so let me write from 1. Okay. Now here, OA square minus OE square. See here, OA minus OE is nothing but AE square. The same Pythagoras theorem only we are doing here. Next one, what we want is CD. See CD here, CD. How do we get CD? OC square minus OD square. So where is OC square? OC square minus OD square. This. So this comes to CD square. Okay. Now OB square minus OF square. These two comes to BF square. Right. See OC square minus BF square. OB square minus OF square. OB square minus OF square, that is BF square. So this part as it is, this part we'll write as it is. So from fourth equation we got this. This is the second part of the equation. Hence proved. This is the second part. Okay. Hence proved. So like this we can prove using the Pythagoras theorem. Quickly pause the video and note it down. Now the eighth one. A wire attached to a vertical pole of height 18 meters is 24 meters long and has a stake attached to the other end. How far from the base of the pole should the stake be driven so that the wire will be taut? Okay, here the vertical pole of 18 meters, okay, a pole is 18 meters. Let me draw the diagram. This is 18 meters pole. Okay, now a wire is taken and a stake is there here to this part, and how much wire is needed so that the wire will be taut, means very tight. Okay, so this is a vertical pole. Let me suppose this as AB and this is C. AC is the wire. Okay, this is also given as 24 meters. Here the stake is there. Now asked is the distance. Okay, distance between the vertical pole and the stake. Okay, here the stake is there. Here this is the pole. Okay, now here clearly pole means erect, so we can assume it as 90 degrees with the base. Okay, now we want to find this part. So that means here if you consider the right angle triangle, this is the hypotenuse, this is one side, this another side. So clearly we can use the Pythagoras theorem. Like these problems are also given in the application of trigonometry. The further chapter is there. In the application of trigonometry also we can use that trigonometric formulas and find the distances also. Now we are going to use the Pythagoras theorem here. Now the solution for this is, we will mention AB is the vertical pole. AB is equal to 18 meters vertical pole. Okay. Now AC is 24 meters wire. Now we need to find BC. Okay, BC. Now here applying Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem says that hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Okay, now here hypotenuse is AC square. AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now we'll substitute the values, known values. AC is 24 square is equal to AB is 18 square, and BC we don't know, so BC square only we'll write it. Here 24 square comes to 576, 18 square is 324 plus BC square. All the squares up to 25 you need to by heart, you need to know it. Okay, and cubes till 10 cube, 9 cube, 7 cube, 8 cube, and squares till 25. Okay, that is needed. Now 576 here, 576 minus 324 is equal to BC square. Now let's subtract it. Here 576, 324. Okay, 2, 5 and 2, 252. So BC square is equal to 252. This is not a perfect square, we know that. Okay, 256 is perfect square. So let us take this BC is equal to square root of 252. 252 if you write, you can write it in the form of 36 into 7. A nearby perfect square. 36 into 7 comes to 256 here. This is 252. So 36 is a perfect square. So this comes to 6 root 7 meters. Okay, that is the answer BC. So we can easily find the distance using the Pythagoras theorem. Pause the video and note it down. Now the ninth problem. Two poles of height 6 meters and 11 meters stand on a plain ground. If the distance between the feet of the poles is 12 meters, find the distance between their tops. Here given two poles of, let us draw the diagram now. This is the ninth one. Two poles are given here, 6 meter pole and 11 meter pole. Okay, 11 meter pole. And the distance between the two poles also given as 12 meters. Okay, now ask the distance between the tops, the top of this pole and top of this pole, the distance between this is asked. Okay, here. Now let us suppose some numbers here. AB is one pole, CD is another pole. Okay, so we know the heights of the two poles and the distance between the two poles. Now asked is that the distance between their tops. Okay, now here if I draw a line parallel to this BD. Okay, now if this is 12, this is also 12, obviously, because I am drawing the parallel line. Now this forms a rectangle. But, and here if this is 6 centimeters, the total pole is 11 meters. Okay, now if this is 6 meters, now this comes to 5 meters. Okay, because 11 minus 6 is 5. So from the diagram only we got all the items, only given two poles and the distance. Now from the distance I got this one, this same thing. Okay, this is because they are parallel. And here from this they are parallel, I got the 6. But 11 minus 6, the total is 11. 11 minus 6 is 5. So this part let us name it as E. So CE is 5 meters. Okay, now here we want this distance between their tops. So AC I want, so I will consider this triangle. The triangle is again right angle triangle. Okay, solution here. Now the diagram is not given, we have drawn the diagram. Okay, in triangle AEC, that is a right angle triangle. In triangle AEC, like what is hypotenuse? AC square is equal to AE square plus CE square. Okay, since Pythagoras theorem. Since Pythagoras theorem. Okay, here you can see here how did I get CE, that also we will write it. We know that here, that all we have to write it. AB is 6 meters, that is equal to ED. Okay, now and BD is equal to 12 meters, that is equal to AE. Okay, and also we know that CD is a pole. Okay, CD 11 meters given, and CE, how did I get 5 meters? CE is CD minus ED. Okay, CD is 11 meters minus 6, so that is 5 meters. So CE is 5 meters. Now we will apply in the Pythagoras theorem. AC square is equal to AE square plus CE square. Okay, AE square plus CE square here. Now AC given, no, AC is not given, AC square is not given. AE square, AE is 12 meters, 12 square plus CE is 5 square. So this is 144 plus 25. So that is 169. So clearly AC is root of 169, that is nothing but 13 meters. So can write it, therefore distance between their tops, distance between their tops equal to 13 meters. Right. So like this, using this Pythagoras theorem, we can find out. Quickly note it down. Let's see the next problem. Now the 12th problem here. See the diagram I've drawn. ABC is an isosceles triangle right angled at B. Similar triangles ACD and ABE are constructed on sides AC and AB. See, these are the similar triangles. AEB and ACD are constructed on the sides AC and AB. and find the ratio between the areas of ABE and ACD. These are given already that they are similar triangles, and this is an isosceles right angle triangle here. Okay, now find the ratio of the area of ABE and to the area of ACD we need to find. Okay, here this is a 12th problem. Now let's start here. Let's start. Here we know that A in triangle ABC. Okay, ABC triangle. This is an isosceles triangle. ABC is an isosceles triangle. So here what I'll say is an isosceles triangle that is given. Okay, isosceles triangle and right angled at B. That means this is an isosceles right angle triangle. Okay, this is given. Then let me suppose two sides are equal, because AB and BC, that is equal to some A, I'll suppose, because it is an isosceles triangle. So AB is equal to BC is equal to A. Let this be A units, because it is an isosceles triangle. And also we know that, let us apply, this is right angle also, right angle let us apply the Pythagoras theorem. Since Pythagoras theorem here, the hypotenuse square is equal to AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, now how do I get AC square? AC square is equal to, we are supposing these two are, since isosceles, these two are A and A. Okay, A square plus A square. So AC square comes to 2A square. Okay, now AC is equal to under root 2 A also, we can also write. Now here let us see, the question is asked that find the ratio of these two similar triangles. Given triangle AEB and, okay, let us not write in words, triangle AEB is similar to triangle ACD. Okay, these two are similar, that is given. Now there is a theorem that the ratio of two similar triangles is equal to the ratio of their corresponding sides. That theorem we have proved in our earlier parts. Do check the previous videos. Okay, here let me write that theorem. Since the theorem states that the ratio of two similar triangles is always equal to the ratio of their corresponding squares of their corresponding sides. Okay, now all the three sides, squares of their corresponding sides. This is the theorem which we have, I think it is in the third part we have used this, and we have done so many problems based on this same theorem. If two triangles are similar, the square of the ratios of their corresponding sides are equal. Now here these two are similar. So here for this is the side, for this is the side. Okay, let me suppose that. Okay, now here triangle AEB by triangle ACD. Now here areas. Okay, let me suppose the areas. Okay, this is area of triangle AEB and area of triangle A. This must be equal to, according to the theorem, this must be equal to the ratio of their corresponding sides. All these sides I know, but I will be taking these two sides only, because these two sides are only involved for this triangle. So AB square, for AEB this one, AB square by AC square. Okay, for this triangle AB and for this triangle AC. So that is the corresponding sides. These two, from these two we can say that the area of the triangle AEB by the area of the triangle ACD is equal to AB square is how much? A square and AC square we got it as 2A square. Okay, that means here we can clearly write that the division is nothing but the ratio, isn't it? So the ratio of AEB is to ratio of the area ACD is equal to cancel of a square 1 by 2. So 1 is to 2. Right? You can cancel these two. You get 1 by 2. So the ratios asked in the question is that find the area of the ratios of the two similar triangles, that is 1 is to 2. So with this I have completed the exercise 8.4 and we have a few more problems I have left over for you to practice. Okay, most of the problems, about 9 problems I have done in 8.4 exercise. Few more problems, I think 5 problems. Okay, 5 problems I have left over for you to practice, and do practice, and with this we are going to complete the similar triangles, all the 8 parts. Those who have not watched it, please do watch the 8 parts and get the concepts clearly. Now we'll see in the next video with a new chapter. Thank you all.